Alright, for the last video of the Summoner's War Creator Contest, this is the continuation of my week 4. And if you're just a new player and having difficulty finishing or autoing the B12s in Cairos dungeon, today's meta, I got a few tips and I'll explain later. Watch. Alright, so my gameplay and strategy here is to put dots as fast as possible while bringing the boss down to less than 50% of his HP. And before he do that splash huge damage or AoE damage, he should die. Right? It's kill before you get killed concept. Now, we try it on auto battle and make sure you'll remember the capabilities that I have declared earlier in case you don't have these specific monsters. You can look at your storage, the break defense, the break attack power, continuous damage, raw damage, AoE damage, and attack power buff. You should probably have one or two, or maybe hoping to get a summon of one of those monsters for you to be able to complete or auto this GB12 consistently using this kind of strategy. Okay, so as you can see, I'm averaging around 14 to 15 minutes in auto battle. Pretty decent for early or mid game players, right? Now we go DB12. Right now you will notice that I haven't shown all the skills for Poseidon and Vertihil, because what I mean there is those skills not shown are not really worth spend much effort or leveling up or skilling up those skills if you are just targeting this to this specific dungeon, the Dragon's B12. Right? The skills I'm showing is also an indicator that your monster stats should be aligned as well into those skills. So for example, the Poseidon and the Lauren skills are accuracy stat dependent. So make sure you'll have a decent amount of those stats, the accuracy, connected to that percentage skills when you build this kind of monsters. Same goes when you find a different monster, but with the same capabilities. Alright, so Vertihil is one of the necessities here in DB12. You can fuse him on the fusion hexagram and rune him with good HP, attack, and crit rate. Don't worry, I'll show my runes later. And the strategy here is reliability. Number 1, the team should have a reliable monsters that can strip in case the boss got the immunity buff. Okay. Number 2, the team should be able to control or slow down the right tower That's giving the immunity buff significantly to prevent the dragon boss become immune to every debuff we put. And of course bring a monster that will deal huge damage to lessen the farming time here in DB12. Right, so we're now in the auto battle, and for the controlling the tower, I got Poseidon and Water Homunculus for that job. Verdihill for supporting the whole team, taking many turns as much as possible. Water Homunculus and Lauren's job is to strip and to hold the dragon while not receiving the immunity buff. And Water Homunculus also do the task in putting those dots so Crow can nuke him down with his huge damage. Bring monsters that has 1 or 2 AoE with semi-control or maybe with despair runes, since the mobs on the first 3 layers here in Dragon's B12 is also a huge damage dealer. Right, so stunning them or weakening their attacks is effective too. So here I got a 20-minute consistent run in auto battle. Right, next, Necro B12. Alright, here in Necro B12 is the easiest dungeon, I believe, in any rune farming dungeon here in Cairos. The only strategy here is to bring any unit that has a multi-hit, just like I've presented. All the damage dealers, even the support, is a multi-hit unit with first skill or second skill, right? And Rigel, or the Water Leech, for me is a great monster here because most of his skills are usable except for that immunity to freeze or stun. But the debuff, defense break, the slow, the 4 to 6 hits is really great. Following up with the Fran to provide those attack power buff with heal and to deal more damage, of course, with double Rauk. Right? Teaming up together will make their cooldowns infinitely available every time. With those first skill break defense with a chance to multi-scratch is also a huge contributor to fasten your runs in NB12 or Necro B12. Always remember that here in the boss stage or room, there is no increase or decrease attack bar. Right? So Verd and Lauren passive is not really effective, but when we talk about Lauren, the multi-hit, the break defense, the slow, the heal block is going to be an exemption as she is also the lead, the 18% attack power for this whole team. Alright, here is my average auto battle with Necro B12. We have a 15 to 16 minutes run. Right, very decent. Alright guys, before we end the video, I would like to say thank you first to Come To Us and Sumner's War and all of the team that gave the effort making this possible, the creator contest, giving us the opportunity to express our talents and skills in creating content in this wonderful game. I've learned a lot during these 5 weeks of dedicating ourselves and extracting all the creativity that we have. I've gained new friends. I improved my gameplay as well. It was a great experience. It was exhausting, but it's worth it. I'm not really afraid on not winning or losing the game or the contest or prizes. I'm just afraid not doing my very best in this contest. Still, those prizes will really help the channel a lot. Just kidding. If I'll be the winner, then I'll be very, very grateful. And I'll be using all of those to continue and improve on what I've started, what I've promised my subscribers. That's why I've opened the Progressive Gaming channel. It's to teach new and struggling players that it doesn't matter how big or small your improvement was, as long as you keep on progressing. Again, this is Moonlord Baby from Asia server, saying thank you and bye bye.